and I get seasick on the Staten Island ferry. Because, my boy, what happens under the ocean stays under the ocean. Russell grinned. Plus, I have a connection with a guy who owns a fleet of deep-sea strippers. Jeff looked over the folder of doom. Submarines. Submarines cost money. Russell. And oxygen. I'm the best man, which means I'm the chairman of the committee. And as chairman, I'm vetoing anything that requires a decompression chamber. What's your plan then, Chairman Jeff? Russell asked, crossing his arms. We go to Luger's. We eat 2 pounds of steak each. We go back to my place. We watch the 1986 World Series on the 108OP. We are in bed by 11:30. No subs. No mace. No destiny in the elevator. That's not a party. Jeff, that's a Tuesday. Adam protested. It's a Tuesday with a 2-pound steak. Adam, Jeff corrected. In the world of engagement, that's a victory lap. I'm with Russell, Adam said, surprisingly firm. I want one night where I'm not rising executive with a messenger bag. I want one night of danger. Jeff sighed. Fine. We'll find a middle ground. We'll go to a place that has stakes and danger, like a Brooklyn bowling alley after midnight. Chapter 36, The Board Game Betrayal. It's just a friendly game of the game of life, Jennifer said, setting up the board on the coffee table. No shouting, no crying, just fun. 2 hours later, the shouting had reached a level that was vibrating the high-def TV. How are you a doctor? Jeff yelled at Adam. You don't even know where your own spleen is. I'm the construction worker, and I have 3 kids and a mortgage. This game is rigged. I have a cushy pad in my car. Jeff, Adam shouted back, moving his little blue plastic peg. I'm living the dream. I just bought a yacht. With what money? Audrey demanded. You've been in debt since the midlife crisis square. Jennifer, why are you letting him buy a yacht? Because we're a team, Jennifer chirped, though her eyes were twitching. And my career as a supermodel pays for everything. This is exactly like real life, Russell noted, leaning back with a martini. The people who do nothing get the yachts, and the people who work the rainforest get the spleen problems. I love this game. The tension boiled over when Jeff landed on the taxes square. I'm not paying, Jeff declared, throwing his paper money into the air. Audrey, tell them I'm not paying. I've been carrying this family for 12 squares. Jeff, it's a game, Audrey screamed. And in the game, just like in real life, you never listen to the rules. You just want the 6-slice toaster. The board was flipped. The pegs were scattered. The blue light of the TV was the only thing left to calm them. Next time, Jeff muttered, picking a plastic baby peg out of his beer. We're playing poker. At least then I know when I'm being lied to. Chapter 37, The Domesticity Trap. Russell was standing in the middle of his living room, staring at a floral pattern throw pillow that had appeared on his Italian leather sofa. "Tiffany," he called out, "there's a plant growing on my couch." Tiffany walked in, holding a scented candle. "It's a pillow, Russell. It adds warmth. And this candle is ocean breeze. It masks the smell of burger grease and desperation." Russell felt a cold shiver run down his spine. He looked around. His black satin era wasn't just ending, it was being buried under a layer of potpourri. "I'm a predator, Tiffany," Russell said, trying to regain his edge. "Predators don't need ocean breeze. We need the scent of the hunt, the aroma of a penthouse victory. The only thing you're hunting for is your cholesterol medication, Russell," Tiffany said, kissing him on the cheek. "Now, help me move the coffee table. Soren the photographer says we need more natural agony in the lighting." Russell looked at the ocean breeze candle. He looked at the floral pillow. Then he looked at Tiffany. "Shazam," he whispered, picking up the table. In the end, the rules of engagement in New York City were simple. The game never ends. The bill always comes due. And if you're lucky, you'll find someone who's willing to watch a load-if world with you, as long as you have the height-if heart to match. The Alchemist of Inglewood, Crash and Burn. A novel by Gemini. Prologue, The Specimen Vault. Washington, D.C. was a city built on the weight of secrets, but few rooms were as heavy or as silent as the Specimen Vault. Tucked deep within the bowels of a high-security government facility, the vault didn't house gold bars or classified military dossiers. It held failures, thousands of them, each one a testament to an ambition that had overreached, a dream that had turned into a crime. Kelly Harris, a forensic expert with the U.S. Secret Service, stepped into the room. The air was meticulously climate-controlled, chilly, sterile, and redolent with the faint, sharp tang of old paper and chemical solvents. Along the walls, rows of gunmetal gray filing cabinets stood like silent sentinels. Every drawer was a meticulous catalog of greed, containing the fingerprints of the world's most notorious counterfeiters. She pulled open a drawer and retrieved a folder labeled strain H2, H38. Inside lay a Benjamin Franklin $100 bill that, to the naked eye, was a masterpiece of deception. "Most of them are amateurs," Kelly whispered, her breath hitching in the cold air. "They use desktop scanners and cheap bond paper. You can feel the lie before you even see it. The paper is too thick, the ink too flat." But this bill was different. She laid it under the computerized enlargement lens, and the screen above flickered to life. Under intense magnification, the crisp, noble lines of Franklin's portrait began to dissolve into a chaotic sea of microscopic dots, the unmistakable, jagged signature of a high-end inkjet printer. Yet, the paper was an enigma. It didn't have the stiff, starchy feel of traditional wood pulp paper. It had a certain give, a certain soul. "Who are you?" she wondered aloud, her finger tracing the